work it out. Okay, mission start. It's going to be fairly calm at first because I'm going to need some time to actually give commands to something like 60 vehicles or 60 units.
For some reason I have a command right now, though, so I don't know if that's...
If you went as the commander, that would happen. Ah, network overloaded. Everyone's connecting. We'll give it a moment or two to catch up.
Network overload. Network overload.
Yeah, the game is protesting a little. The worst comes to the worst, I would ask Hardcore to provide server for it, but I don't think anyone else has got a better server upload speed than mine. I've got about 5 up.
I might have decent connection.
Is it totally like unstable for you guys and lagfest, or are we good?
At the moment, it's saying my ping is 10,000.
It's over 9,000.
21,000.
Damn.
Here, send me the file in Discord and I can try to host.
It's already in your downloads folder now.
Okay, cool.
Puts a copy of it locally. Do you want me to? Do you want? Mavi, do you have your ports forwarded? Just out of interest.
I have a DMZ, so it should be fine.
Okay, cool.
And I've played with Rena and Animal Mother before, like, so
okay.
No issues.
Well, we'll let them get. Well, guys, we'll give him a shot. If this doesn't work, we'll skip it and we'll just move on to Wargame. I'm not gonna screw around with this too much. This was just mostly an opportunity to really go for it and really see if this mission can do it.
Can't see my legs.
That's steady on. The rest of you'll go missing soon. Alright, I've pulled it down for the moment until...
Be right back.
Yep. The name of the scenario for it should be called the Battle of Alfield if anyone wants to try it themselves, but at this point in time neither side has been given standing orders as such, so the AI is just going to stand and stare at each other. So that's why I was quite happy for multiplayers to give it a go. For the very simple reason that, well, I haven't figured out how to give the commands to this many units yet. Actually, are there any Steel Beast scenario designers in the channel right now? Nope. Great. I was going to say, like, is there an easy way to do this? I'm guessing probably not.
Well, supposedly there is a new way to be able to give groups orders, but you have to group them all together before the scenario starts.
Okay. Well, that's not a massive problem, I guess, but if I have to, what I'd rather do is just have an axis of advance that I could say, like, you, column, go assault this town. Get to the other side. That's the simple objective. You know, it's not rocket science that they have to follow. But what I'd like to see them do is do that and fire on the move and not retreat under any circumstances. They're basically just going to be thrown into a meat grinder.
That would be an assault route.
That's an assault route. Yeah, thank you for that. So for an assault route, they will just not stop. They will keep on going until they die.
Keep on going until they either die or
disabled.
Get to the point where you told them to go.
Excellent. Just wish you could tell the AI, look, your objective is on this side of the map. Go there.
And they'll also be going at top speed unless you change it. So.
Well, top speed is probably the best way forward. I mean, I don't think they're going to get full end of top speed going through the town, but...
What's the town called?
Alfield.
Alfield.
Do you know it?
Alfeld or?
Alfeld.
No.
South of Hanover.
I'm gonna look it up on maps.
It's a real town. Tom Clancy did his research. The theory is in the book, if the NATO screws this up and doesn't hold this town, the major MSR up to Hanover is open, and the Russians can take the industrial town of Hanover, which obviously would be bad. So there's your incentive to do it properly and stop those dirty Reds across. Also, Kavgar, I don't know if you'll know the answer to this more than anyone else, since you have served there in a tank. What is a normal column of M1s for the mid-80s? Is that 4 or 6 units? Because I'm getting some very weird numbers coming out of Tom Clancy's book, and I just think that's because he either doesn't understand columns, or because I don't understand columns. So, is it 6?
What do you mean by?
Like, what is it's the mid to early 80s. So M1 IPs, M1 HAs.
I am not totally certain on that.
They do clarify that the M1s have 105mm cannons, so not 120
It's
millimeters.
going to be base M1 or the IP M1.
Okay.
But as far as numbers and platoons of M1 units, I am clueless. I know supposedly they started out with 5 tanks platoon just like the M60 platoons,
Mhm.
but that may have been different. I don't know. It may have changed when they started deploying them to Europe.
I know it's now. I know that now they work on, a platoon is 4 tanks, but I'm going to assume that this was during the transition from M60 to M1, so they would have been talking M60 tactics, so 6 units to a platoon, right? Because what is it? Because what would it have normally been, like 5 plus the CO, or is it 4 plus the CO normally?
And in a platoon, it's 5 tanks including the platoon leader.
Right.
You get a platoon leader, platoon sergeant, and 3 others.
Yeah. Welcome back, Mavi. We're all waiting for you.
Sorry about that, guys.
It's no problem.
So where did that file get downloaded? My downloads?
It should be in your downloads folder. It's called the Battle of Alfield. So it'll be in one of the... If you go into your scenarios folder and either look under your downloads folder or one that you might see a drop-down menu that says downloaded scenarios, depending on how you're all set up. But basically, it'll be in somewhere like that.
Ghost Steelbeast Cavalry just dropped in. He said 4 in a platoon. He's never known there to be 5 vehicles in a platoon of M1s. 5 went to 4 in the early 80s.
Ah, there you go. So I think...
I don't know if it matters.
Yeah, I see that, and he's mentioned that in my own channel as well.
Okay, got it.
See, it's really...
Servers.
So I don't know how I'm going to model that in the game, because I'm
Do
going to
you,
assume that it's 5.
Want me to put in your IP? Never mind.
Not my
That's
IP,
grand.
because my server, my attempt at running the server completely coughed and exploded all over the place. So
I have posted Mavi's IP.
the game completely noped.
I know him.
Thank you, Winner.
I'll be right in,
Thank you,
guys. I'm
Raider.
just rounds down range in the Charlie 2 range while I wait.
Whatever's going to keep the viewers happy, Maximus.
There you go.
You can blame me. You can blame me for the delay.
Oh, I don't care. I'm sure my viewers don't care either. Give me tanks, you bastard range.
You don't need them. We're all jumping in now, so ready when you are, Maximus.
Okay, I'm coming out.
No problem.
Yeah, all I gotta say about the Challenger 2 is what the hell is up with Hesh naming that? I saw a video about that as like the ballistic computer that can compute for it at all.
Yeah, it's a different setting for the Hesh round because it's offset to the. Long story short, you have to encompass for a Hesh round and adjust the reticle. The reticle's changed, so it's actually in one of my videos. If you actually look in one of my videos, I actually explain it.
I think that was the one that I saw was the one you did
Huh.
about it.
Hey.
But I just
Isn't
thought
it-
it was weird because, like, with the, most of the other tanks, you have the button just to switch, and it switches the computer and tells it to automatically calculate the different round and doing like heat versus AP.
Yeah,
Well,
Yeah,
part of the
it's
problem is the
like indexing.
side of the Challenger is mounted on the gun tube, and so when
Yes.
you have really long range shot with Hesh, your sight gets pointed up in the sky and you can't see your target.
there you go.
That's only a Fairmont, right?
Yes,
Yes.
Yeah.
the daylight sights works pretty much normally.
Navi, is your server up? Because I can't find it.
Yeah, it is.
Hold on.
80.111.4.247. And someone from my channel is asking, where do you play on the TeamSpeak 3 client? This isn't TeamSpeak 3, it's Discord. If you look at my description, you'll have the links. This is much nicer than
There we
TeamSpeak,
go.
and it doesn't cost me money.
Okay. I'm not going as commander for that.
It's like, who's wanting command in this one? Nope. It's probably actually one of the easiest commands ever. Stay there on their edge. Do you see a
Hold
T80?
guard.
Hold guard. Do you see a T80? Kill it.
But I need to be pointed towards Berlin.
It's like you're going to have to go through an entire division of tanks. Just hang on a little.
We all here?
I can go around them.
think we're all hit.
Yeah, poor Mecav and Matt's having the high pings.
Yeah, that's because Mavi lives in Europe.
We'll be okay. It should run.
Good old Ireland. He's as close to you as he can get.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't mind.
What was I
Well,
gonna
if he
say?
was living in Iceland, he would be closer.
Are we expecting
I think-
anyone else? Is this everyone?
That's all there is.
There were 7 total, and there's 7 in here, so.
Do it.
Okay, good.
Yeah, for those that actually want to shoot some stuff, you realistically speaking are going to be going in Bradleys or M1s today. Possibly,
That's why I
possibly
switched
the
from the leopards to the
yeah,
M1s.
possibly the leopards at the most, but it's not going to be pretty because it's the leopard ones. I was really annoyed to find out that they.
Those of leopards ones are non-playable. You can gun them from the outside, but you can't sit in the gunner seat.
Ah, there you go. So yeah, the annoying thing is I had the choice of picking Leopard 1A2s, I think, or Leopard 2s, and I'm like, well, they didn't have Leopard 2s in the scenario, so.
Cobra just said, if it's Russian, kill it.
Oh my
So-
god, I got everything, including the Belgians!
Yeah.
Send the Belgians forward.
Send them forward. They go, are
They're
you
all
what?
We all happy for me to hit start here?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's get some rounds down range.
Mavi, let's watch your computer melt now.
Let's kick this pig.
Don't worry, Mavi's got 32 gigabytes of RAM.
Damn.
And a
Yeah.
1080.
No, never go overload.
It's just noping. I think there's too many units. And we have to find a way of not putting them all in at once, which would be quite heartbreaking, to be honest.
I'm all
Is
good.
there
No, pink
No,
times
we're good.
are up again.
It's getting stable.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you right now that you put your M1s in the wrong place.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing.
The side of the hill where they can shoot at the top of the tank is not how you place tanks.
I'm sorry. This is why I need this fixed. Feel free, if you want, to tell me where you would put them later, or if you want to take a screenshot or show me on Maximus' stream later, then that is totally
Holy
fine.
shit. All those units.
I will have to go over this not in game so I could look at the map better because
Absolutely.
you're kind of stuck to a vehicle right now.
Yeah, no, I totally understand that, and that's the thing. I do have, you guys all have the scenario, so for those of you who know or know how you would probably want to do this differently, feel free to give me the feedback. Because once I've got you guys placed in a way that would make sense, I'll be quite happy to kind of correct the mission, and then we can take it from there, kind of thing.
Now, I've got a ping time too large, but everything seems to be running smoothly. So, oh, there we go. I think it's working now.
But just give it a little bit of time to sync up, so maybe it will be okay.
God, I wish there was a better way of doing this.
That should give y'all more bandwidth.
Rest in peace, Belgium.
It's like, rest in peace, bandwidth. We barely knew you.
At least the leopards are pointing in the right direction this time.
Please tell me I didn't do something stupid like that.
No, you didn't. I think it was just confused because of the
The lag.
bad synchronization because of the ping times.
Right.
And a couple of them were pointing to the west while they were in their entrenchments rather than to the east.
Oh dear. Mistakes were made.
But they're pointing in the right direction now.
God, there has to be a better way.
I've got some. I
Go
got
ahead.
some German porn going on right now. I got an Abrams humping a fucking leopard. He's just pile driving it in the ass.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, before I
Oh, I
exited,
love
I
it.
had
There's
4
just infantry in the
Abrams all
background
around.
watching it happen.
I do apologise if this is a little taxing on your computer. I will adjust it as necessary. I want to see just
Ghost, my friend, I love it. Do not Do not change it at all. I'm loving it right now. We'll work on the bits and pieces. I love that you put a lot of effort into it. It looks like it's going to be fun.
Oh, it freaking better. There was a whole night of me placing this stuff down, I swear to God. I was reading the relevant passages from the book, and then going, right, okay, this is what I'm putting down. And then I'd go back and I'd read it again and I'd check it, and I'm like, is this right? And it's become kind of painfully apparent that Tom Clancy, as awesome as he is clearly a Navy guy, because he's saying things like, yeah, this platoon of M1s, you know, was like, this battalion was slightly short, it only had 25 tanks, and I'm doing the maths there, I was like, that's not 4-man battalion, that's not a 4-man platoon. Or a 4-unit platoon, rather.
Looks like we've got targets coming in already.
I'll let the Belgians handle them. They can do
the
it.
Belgians do the work.
I wish there was a rule that I could say, like, once you get in contact, dismount the troops. But apparently, that's too clever.
We're taking fire here. Roger. Roger.
I do like the very wet weather.
I thought you might. I thought it would be appropriate for
BREM2
Germany.
coming into the east from the northeast at the Belgians.
Not just the BRDM.
No, BRDM1.
We're taking fire here.
Looks like the anti-tank version.
There's gonna be a lot more.
It's got a lot more than
There's
that.
going to be a lot more.
Oh man.
There's the
The more we
second and
kill,
the third one.
the better it'll get.
These are the AT versions, guys, so they're gonna be lobbing missiles at you.
Don't forget, you've got artillery.
Call it in!
4-1. We're taking fire here.
No, wait a minute. I have to do some gardening here. Can't see shit.
Roger. Roger.
Oh, so many people who know how to play Steel Beasts are going to be yelling at my map.
Have the bridges been blown or not?
We're taking fire here. Roger.
Fair play to them. They're getting off a few of them shoulder launchers.
That'll be the Dragons.
There's BTR-80s too, or at least one.
Have the bridges been blown in the town or not?
No, the bridges are my objective.
Hmm.
I'm supposed to secure those bridges.
We're taking fire here. Roger.
I will consider it a miracle if any of these guys get through.
There's one BTR-80 that made it by the Belgian vehicles.
Roger. This is 4-1. We're at
Yeah, he's on a roll.
You know, when the ping was all messed up, I bailed. We're at our checkpoint. Awaiting orders. We're at our checkpoint.
Oh, there's a leopard.
We're
The
taking fire here.
The BTR's found the leopards.
The Belgians are on fire!
We're at our checkpoint.
I was kind of hoping.
Oh,
I was kind of
that
hoping.
BTR is proper going for it. Oh god! Why is nothing shooting at him?
Yeah, let them have the lead, Cav Gunner.
Roger. We're taking fire here.
Why is the BTR just driven through unopposed?
BTR's just driven straight through. He's just like, fuck you guys!
No fear.
Send that man as hero for the Soviet Union.
He's doing circles around them. He's like, fuck you, bitch.
And the leopards are turning out now. What the hell?
Oh, oh.
Oh! The commander popped his head out and thought, what the fuck? There's one behind us. There we go.
That Belgian armor actually goes, it's quite well dug in. I quite like that position. Maybe spread them out a little more next time, not.
Yeah, I mean, I thought originally about putting deployment zones around the town, but I need to know how to do that first. So,
Yeah.
like, literally, I have never done a mission in Steel Beast before. I figured if you're going to do this wrong, let's do it right. Eh?
Is anyone getting contact on the hillside yet?
What, you mean where the Abramses are?
Yeah.
I don't see anything. I just hear bangs and people saying that they're having contact.
Yeah, I heard something going on.
There was some sort of scout team or something when I pulled the hill bells and taken out already.
Yeah, there's a bunch of vehicles that are parked just east of the Belgians waiting out.
Poor Belgians, they're just watching their brothers burn. Oh, we got ICM coming in. Oh, a shit ton of it too.
That's not me.
I
Yeah,
get
I
that.
think they're punching in on the infantry now on the Belgians.
Oh, I'm so looking forward to when you see it.
Really feel like just charging my Abrams towards them.
I didn't say anything that you couldn't. I just think that could get very ugly in that small valley.
Oh, it would.
Here it comes.
Here
The
it comes.
artillery.
Okay, they're bypassing the Belgians to the north.
That's the mission. We're to bypass and seize.
Oh, I got something they can seize right in.
Oh yeah, they're definitely setting in some scout parties now.
Hello. Oh, I've got sight of them in my Bradley. Toe. Oh shit.
Laying a lot of smoke between me and them right now.
My toe won't fire. Why won't my toe fire?
If your vehicle is not properly leveled,
Okay. I cannot fire because my vehicle is not leveled. The Bradley I am in is definitely a thing.
Well, Well, you wouldn't be Ween if you weren't at a funky angle, man.
These leopards not firing.
I haven't given them any specific orders, remember, so if you want to give them free to fire, then you may need to do that.
'Cause I can't control them except.
May also just be the general silliness of AI.
Yeah, it's probably that.
Okay, the Bradley I'm in is stuck in its little.
You'd reverse
Well-
out. You would normally reverse out the position, but if I put it on a
Yeah.
slope, that I acknowledge that may need to be
Yeah.
fixed.
Yeah, that'll need to be fixed because it can't get out of this hill whatsoever.
Okay, we'll take a note of that then. And these little things are why I want this fixed now, so that we don't end up
I'm
with a
going for a
crap.
drive.
Anyone give me a command or something else? Another APC?
Who are you?
I am for Alpha Wiener at the moment. Give me, I don't know, one of the other Bradleys up on the hill there.
What's your, no, I need to know your name.
Wiener.
I just gave you a platoon of M1s. Have fun.
Just leave him with a full tank of gas, yeah?
Yeah. Bring it back. Just bring it back. You know, not too damaged. Full tank of gas. You're good.
Oh, God.
Click, click, click.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. More.
I have a question.
Go.
Currently, they're on like the other side of that ridge where the town on the other side of that river is, right? They haven't yet come across that bridge because I don't see anything on this side where I'm at.
I haven't made I'm still issuing movement orders to all my troops as far as Sac. Okay, this should give you an idea of the enormity of scale. There's probably a better way to do this, okay, and I'm sure there is, but I do not know of it yet. So.
Well, another reason why I'm asking is I'm just checking to see that I'm actually looking in the right direction.
Yeah, you need to be worrying about the axis of advance being from the town of Sac into the town of Alfield. That is your
Dodger.
that is your concern. I'm not one of those assholes. There will not be a dramatic sneak attack. Okay.
No. I'm just I'm thinking if am I in a bad position or if I'm just being retarded all of a sudden.
No, honestly, like I said, this is a fairly simple
It's
mission
coming.
for you guys. Yeah, just when you see it, you will regret everything you just said about how easy this is so far. Or you'll think it's really easy because I've completely botched this. I don't know.
Well, it's not a very big move. They come at them in a small front. It's not very wide. How much does blue side have? Like 3 platoons or what? Over there.
Maybe it was a battalion or something.
Yeah, I think it's about battalion strength. There's quite a few platoons of M1s, at least 6.
You should have at least two and a half platoons worth of M1 tanks. You'll have a platoon of Bradleys. You'll have the chieftains if they've been able to regroup with the leopards in time. You'll
I
have.
think the chieftains are moving up.
They're not moving at the moment.
This would be
Well,
so
I
much
saw
easier if
somebody
I'd
moving up.
pre-issued. If I'd pre-issued orders, this would have been a lot more fun to look at. I've actually not even looked at the external view yet.
These
Want me to
M1s
move the chieftains up? Or
I'm
just-
taking an Abrams on its own just for its own little firing mission here.
Okay.
It's going to try and see if I can deny them a little bit and leave the rest of my platoon on the hillside.
Maximus Leroy Jenkins gaming
Yeah,
there.
Leroy!
Don't gather the whelps. Jesus.
Oh, I hear ATGMs. This is not going to end well.
We're taking fire here.
I hope you guys at the front line are enjoying this one.
We're taking fire here.
It's interesting.
And I hope you've not been using AP on armored personnel carriers. Otherwise, you are
No.
instantly about to regret that.
Most of the leopards are shooting heat right now. So.
That's good.
We're at that checkpoint.
Okay.
Although they seem to be mostly reluctant to shoot.
We're at that checkpoint.
Yeah, you did.
Shitload of APCs and trucks moving through the town.
They're moving rapidly.
Roger, I'm going to try and engage them.
They're about to bypass the front line of leopards.
We're at that checkpoint.
Oh, I see. Why does this go? And once someone's taking control of the gun, it's pretty annoying.
Yeah.
No, it's not even a fucking A. Why do you keep moving?
Is the process that they go through when they're in a battle position.
Well, the idea would have been that the leopards just very reluctantly don't want to give up any land. What with it being their land, you know, they're Germans. They're giving away their home soil. You know, they want the Russians to pay for it dearly, right? But they should be under a very strong weight of numbers. Although I'm finding it quite difficult to coordinate this many people in one concentrated blow. So I hope I'm not kind of drip feeding them too much for you.
Motorized brigades, they're having
So I accidentally crashed.
Whoops.
How the hell did a BRDM survive that? I've heat loaded, I swear I do.
Russia.
We're taking fire here. Roger.
I'm hearing a lot of explosions.
We're at that checkpoint. 1-1. We're taking fire here.
Yeah, just so you know that when the M1s are in these battle positions,
Yeah.
the idea is for them to pull forward into the elevated part, take a shot, pull back.
Right.
Forward, take a shot, pull back.
Yeah, I misunderstood that. I thought it was more of sort of an entrenched position, so that all they've got is their heads over, so it's like a hull down permanent position almost. Effectively making them a bunker.
No, that's not what they do.
Right. Well, thank you
If
for that.
give them a stay order, they should stay.
Well, like I said, that was my understanding of it. But if the actual world practice would be pop up, pop down, pop up, pop down, then we'll have to obviously remove them around a bit and make some adjustments that way.
Well, I think they do that normally. The AI does that. It moves it out and then fires.
Holy shit, there's a lot of BTRs out there.
It shouldn't just be the BTRs.
T-80's following up.
I was gonna
Don't
say.
see them yet.
Oh, when you see it. See, the problem should not be the way I'm feeding you the units. The problem's going to eventually become resupply for you.
Gonna run out of sabos before we keep going.
Well,
Just
that's
got to throw 50 cal at them, blind them.
Well, like I said, you've got the assets. You want arty, you want supply vehicles, whatever. Then, if you think you can find a way to use them quickly enough, then yeah, go for it. But I would have my doubts that you'd be able to resupply quickly unless you are able to do an organised resupply, like a relief in place almost or something like that. Thing is, at the distances you'll end up confronting the tanks, perhaps using
oh shit, there's
heat
incoming tank
Where?
on the ridge.
Shit.
Shit is about to hit the fan.
It's getting real.
We're taking fire here. 4-4, we lost the tank. We're taking fire here.
Just count 3 so far.
Yeah, I'm watching your stream, Ghost. I can't wait until they see all those.
We're
There must be a lot coming because my computer's like.
It's probably going to start complaining very quickly, I would think.
Oh my god, that T8's taken fucking tons. Come on.
I hear cook-offs. I must
Yeah, I
be
think that
close.
was the leopard's next to me.
Oh yeah, my computer's like shit the bed.
Yeah, sorry guys.
All good.
It's not going to be the most entertaining viewing for you
hello.
guys.
Shit, these tanks are right on top of
If you see an Abrams coming up a hill, that's me.
PID, PID.
Yeah.
Ah, we got T80s right amongst us. Oh my god.
Mistakes were
So
made.
that's what those turbines were for.
They're just streaming on past us.
Oh, they give no
Have a
fucks, do they?
fucking AP. Oh, AP at close range, you didn't like that. Turret flew off. Another one, there's one.
We got plenty, don't worry.
How is the AI actually handling the roadblocks that I'm sure you're making? Are they getting around them okay, or are they getting screwed up?
They don't. It doesn't seem to be buttering them at all.
It's just right on through. There we go, that's a good sign. At least that, because one of the things I was honestly worried about is the AI shitting the bed and clogging up the lanes of traffic. I can see I don't have to worry about that.
AI commander is just overwhelmed. He doesn't know what he wants me to point at.
Pick a target, any target, I don't know! You know it's bad when you've task saturated the AI.
Shit! I'm running out of rounds. Gotta reload. Ah, I've lost a tank as well. Give me tank number 3.
I didn't even
I'm in
notice.
3.
Oh, you're in 3. Give me tank number 2. Tank number 2's getting hit. Are you trying to point me at?
We're taking fire here. 2-3, we're taking fire here.
Unfortunately, it wants me to shoot a tank over my rear deck, and I can't because of the angle I'm at. Since I'm not the commander, I can't back him up.
Yeah.
hop into the TC of number 3 and tell the driver to back up just a smidge. Not a whole lot, just a little bit.
There's some T80s retreating.
What? I'm gonna shoot their kids.
I think they're T80s.
To the gulag with you, mister.
Oh wait,
Shoot
I'm
you.
looking. Yeah, they are.
Unless they're just having
I'm
trouble
I'm
getting
out
round.
of rounds, like completely.
Wow.
My ammo
Oh,
storage
shit.
got hit. That's why.
Oh, your
His
your
job.
your ammo store got hit. Wow, it cooked off.
Yeah. It could.
Are
Well,
you in
yeah.
the tank commander's position of number 3?
No, I was in the. No, I was in the number 2.
For some reason, it's not working for me. It's not fun.
Hold on. I'm in tank commander number 3 now. What do you need?
Wow.
I need my coax to work.
What about now? Fire it now?
No, it's not working. I got 3 infantrymen crawling up on my position.
I can
can't
see
get
it,
at
I can see. Hold on. Maybe it's because we're reloading. Stop reloading. Try now. We were reloaded. We weren't able to. There you go. Now you can. Going back to number 1. Whew, down to 14 heat rounds.
I'm getting some good hits on these tanks coming straight down the road.
Oh yeah, I mean it's going to be like shit. It's not exactly going to be hard practice for you. You just have to make sure you don't miss very often, otherwise you're going to run out of rounds to use.
Oh. Wait for them to get a little closer.
I can't tell what's active and what isn't.
Yeah, I can't tell what's alive. He's alive.
There's infantry apparently that's crawled behind us.
Oh, Commander, where are you pointing me now? What? Shooting that tank, okay.
I am reloading. How are you guys looking on that hillside? You getting any kills?
Some, but unfortunately the artillery took out my primary site.
Shit.
What? Oh. Oh, it's tree.
Alright, more tanks coming over the hill and I'm out of ammo.
I'm trying to reload my ready racks so quickly right now.
Yeah, you're never going to get a full load probably. You may as well think about just like grabbing partial loads in between in walls and battle, really, isn't it?
I only got 2 Sabo rounds left.
I'm going to let them come in a little closer because I'm ranging in on woodline and it's difficult to laze and
Yeah, it is.
giving false lays all the time.
No, what? That one's charging in. I'm gonna hit him.
Which vehicle are you in?
An Abrams on the front.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
We're taking fire here. We're taking fire here. We're taking fire here. Pull off the tank.
It is a cluster down there.
We're at our checkpoint. We're at our checkpoint.
My commander's been hit.
We're
I
taking
don't know what
fire
happened
here.
with that tank. Oh
We're
shit,
taking
still
fire
moving.
here.
He's in the tree line. I'm
We're at
getting
our
hit.
checkpoint.
There's one just held turret down on the ridge shooting at me.
They're just plowing through
There's
your
one
position.
right next to
He's
us.
coming straight towards you.
You've been overrun.
Shoot him. Oh,
Where is
good
he
hit.
hitting? Did it hit him?
It hit him, it didn't stop him.
Yeah, they can stop.
Hit him again. He just keeps going.
He stopped. I think he's dead.
There's another one on the right. To your 3 o'clock. Hard right, hard right.
I
On the
think there's
hillside.
more than one.
Hard right. Come 4 o'clock.
I see.
Get that bastard. He's flying.
Kill that one.
Yes, good hit.
Dude, by the target. I can't see.
It must be dead because he quit moving.
Oh, this one. There's another one charging over there. I can't get into the trees. He's friend. Oh, fuck no. He's come down the hill. Ah, I'm dead. Commander. The driver is all that is left.
We need to pull the rest of the platoon out so we can go get reloaded because we are out of it.
This Abrams is out of here.
We're at our checkpoint.
Oh, shit, there's a building behind me. Oh. I'm still over.
We're at our checkpoint. We're at our checkpoint.
I'm gonna do the very wrong thing in the tank. No, I'm not. I'm gonna reverse out.
Roger. We're at our checkpoint.
Take the whole platoon with you or you can't drive this tank.
I'm manually driving it. Hold on. I gotta get it behind some buildings before I can take on another tank.
It's not a matter, it's a matter of going to the map and telling the whole platoon to back up.
We're at our checkpoint.
Platoon, new route, retreat to here, go.
Roger.
No, that's gonna be bad. No, retreat.
Roger. We're at our checkpoint. 241. We're at our checkpoint.
Oh, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Move and shoot.
There we go. That should work. Are they all backing up?
Can't hit.
We're at our checkpoint. Waiting orders.
Looks like at least 2 of them have. Wow, it really doesn't like the amount of shit going on, does it?
Yeah, sorry, I didn't realise this would be as stressful to the game as it was.
No, they're all, yeah, they all seem to be backing up.
We got tanks in the town.
Oh yeah, they're in the town all right.
I'm just gonna get these Abrams out.
Roger.
Do we have any engineer vehicles? Yes. Any medic vehicles?
Moves of my 6.5 Charlie command tank into the town to see what's going on. Looks like you've been having a party, boys.
Straight past me.
That we have, man. That we have. The driver's the only thing left in this Abrams.
So
It's like
many down
close
tanks.
quarters combat with tanks.
And this one's got no ammo.
Hello.
Yeah, looks like your
that was
number
me.
3 vehicle on that platoon only had 12 heats that need to be loaded into the ready rack.
How do I get the M2? Is that on the commander's site?
Yeah, commanders, just jump out to the commanders, press F2 or F3, one of the two, and you'll be able to jump to the M2.
Ah!
Yeah, then you have to reload.
At least I killed that BTR.
You know you're getting bad when you're considering using slap on the unarmored personnel carriers.
What? It stopped. Didn't close his shield, so I just went straight through the driver's windscreen.
I think I just watched you blow that up.
That would do it.
Too many 10s.
It's pretty fair to say SAC's been bypassed, so feel free to go apeshit with the arty.
Yeah. Many tanks.
Tanks! A lot of tanks!
Die, you bastard!
Pull back! Retreat!
You just got off a few cheeky side hits on some T-80s. Now 6-5 Charlie is moving the hell back.
How do I regroup one of the tanks that fell out of position?
If you right click on them, you can choose attach to.
Oh, he's too far away, maybe.
I see some tanks across the river. I can't fire at them because I don't know if they're friendly or enemy.
If they're on green grass and not in the town, they're most likely.
In a thermal sight looking from across the river and degraded sight picture, I can't tell what they.
Infantry!
I can't believe as many
we
got
have
through
any
as they
ammo?
did. Shit.
Where would I find ammo?
There should be supply somewhere near the vicinity of the artillery units, but I don't know where to put them in the game to give them more accessibility, which is something I was really kind of hoping for you guys to tell us, because I'm fully aware that you guys could do with more ammo.
Yeah, definitely a supply depot in probably the center of the town would be useful.
Close to the bridges.
Something like that. So I'll have to obviously figure out a way to do that, but that's no problem. I'm happy to do that. It's, like I said, these are the things that I need help with, because I'm not sure.
Oh, fully.
Sure, what's going to help balance this for you to make it not just completely undoable.
Oh my good God.
There's a lot of trucks coming in too.
Well, we ran out of we ran out of PCs, you know. Soviet cutbacks and all.
I hear ya. They're setting up mortar positions, the cheeky little shits. They're just like setting mortar positions up in the middle of the field.
The
M113 engineer, is it? Engineer battalion? I don't know.
What's units?
Number 66 in the center of town.
66 Charlie. 65 Echo. 65 Echo.
66 Echo. Near what I think is artillery.
Look at the BDRMs that are coming in, holy shit!
Yeah, no,
So-
I don't think they're engineers. I just think it's
Damn.
APC with the. It might
Oh,
be.
for the artillery.
I think it's just Echo Company.
3-2. We're taking fire here. We're taking fire here. We're taking fire here. We lost a tank. 3-4. We're at our checkpoint. We're taking fire here. We lost another tank.
They just keep coming.
Relentless.
2-1.
Never stop.
3-4. We're taking fire here. 3-1.
It's like an orgy of T-72s down the bottom.
We're taking
Yeah, oh, the artillery ran out of ammo too.
We're taking fire here. This is 1-1. We lost a tank. We're at our checkpoint. This is 1-4. We lost another tank. We're taking fire here.
So are there people going to play Wargame after this, or?
Ah, I think so. I'm quite up for that.
I think we'll be pretty much done with soon anyway.
We're
So.
taking fire here. We're taking fire.
Nice.
I don't know how successful it would be.
Well, we haven't secured the bridges yet, so I'd consider that successful.
I'm just plowing through fucking BDRMs right now. I'm gonna run out of rounds before I take them all out.
Imagine CV90s in that situation.
We're taking
Oh
fire
yeah.
here.
Oh, reload, reload.
Roger. Roger. This is 3-4. We're taking fire here. Roger. Roger. 3-4. We're taking fire here. Roger. We're taking fire here. We're taking fire here. We're taking fire here. We're taking fire here. Another tank. Another tank. We're taking fire here. 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 This is 4-1. We're taking fire here. We're at our checkpoint. 3-1. We're taking fire here. We're at our checkpoint. We're at our checkpoint. Roger. We're at our checkpoint.
Damn, you really don't care about that town, do you? It's like, we are done with caring about that town.
Oh my god, I'm completely outflanked. Whoever's in the Abrams behind me, I'm reversing up to you. Get out of here.
I've got my Bradley out of his hole.
If I remember rightly, I did dismount the troops next to them, so unless weird things have happened.
We're taking fire here. 2-1. We're taking fire here. Roger. Roger. Contact. West. Roger.
I'm gonna have to reload here.
Oh my god, there's a T-80 just staring at me. We're taking fire here. Roger. 3-1. We're taking fire here. Roger. Roger.
Oh my god.
3-1. We're at our checkpoint.
Come with the slap.
I'm trying. Ah!
Roger. We're taking fire here. We're taking fire here.
Pulled all my
We're taking
Abrams
fire
out
here.
of the city.
Roger.
I'd say get him back across the river.
I don't know, man. I'm taking out quite a few vehicles here. I had a T-80 drive past me while I started firing 50 cal at me. Didn't even clear.
No. You gotta fin.
We're at our checkpoint. 3-4. We're taking fire here. 3-4. We're taking fire here.
Yeah.
We're taking fire here. 4-1. We're at our checkpoint.
Holy cow, look at that battlefield. It's insane. There's just husks everywhere.
Yeah, you may want to
Those of you on
consider turning down your smoke settings.
Yeah. Those of you on the hillside, it's about to get real busy for you soon.
Yeah, check out 66 Echo. He's like charging toward G80s.
0 fucks were given.
We're taking fire here. We lost another tank. This is 3-3. We're at our checkpoint.
Got T-80s ramming M1 trees.
Oh, they don't care, do
We're
they?
taking fire here. Roger. We're taking fire here. Roger.
Fucking hell, I'm hearing these pipes going off and everything. ATGMs for days.
I'm staring at the crew
We're
at the
taking
inside of the
fire here.
BDRM. They're just like,
We're
they know
taking
what's
fire
coming
here.
for them.
3-4. We're taking fire here. We're at our checkpoint. We're taking fire here. 2-1. We're taking fire here. We're taking fire here. We're taking fire here. We're taking fire here.
Oh shit, that sounds big.
We're at our checkpoint. We're taking fire here. We're taking fire here. 2-1. We're taking fire here. We're taking fire here. We're taking fire here. We're taking fire here. We're at our checkpoint. We're at our checkpoint. Waiting orders. Roger. Roger.
Do you have any artillery left?
No, ammo's gone.
See, I haven't changed any of the stock loadouts from the units, from the unit orbats that have been issued, so if extra ammo is called for, or a way of resupplying it, then yeah, I need to work that in.
My trucks, they'll resupply automatically if they're close enough.
We're taking fire here.
Why is my coax not firing?
Possibly reloading or jammed.
We're taking fire here.
Or damaged.
If you're trying to reload something, yeah, might stopping firing.
Going with coax on these bad boys.
We're taking fire here. 3-3. We're taking fire here. 3-1. We're taking fire here. 3-1. We're taking fire here. 3-2. We're taking fire here. 3-1. We're taking fire here. 3-4. We're taking fire here. We're taking fire here. 3-1. We're taking fire here. We're taking fire here. We're at our checkpoint. Waiting orders. We're at our checkpoint. Waiting orders. We're at our checkpoint. Waiting orders. We're taking fire here. We're taking fire here.
Well, I've started doing some long-range gunnery here. 50 minutes into the game.
2-1. We're taking fire here.
Are you finally
So
getting
much.
some stuff turning up now?
North of the town on the ridge line, there was a line of BRDMs.
Yeah, I see them. I'm engaging their infantry that they dropped off now.
3-4. We're taking fire here. 3-1. We're taking fire here. We're at our checkpoint. Roger. We're at our checkpoint. We're at our checkpoint. We're taking fire here. We're taking fire here. We're taking fire here. Roger. 3-1. We're taking fire here. 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 Roger. We're at our checkpoint. We're taking fire here. We're taking fire here.
Yeah, they haven't got to the bridges yet, boys, so we're doing okay.
Yeah, my Bradley's just encountering some BTRs that have made it through the lines a little bit.
Going by that I can see. Not enough time to engage the missiles. Not a good enough sight picture to engage him with a gun.
We're at our checkpoint.
Where's your Bradley?
In the middle of the town at the moment.
We're taking fire here.
If you look on the southern end, there's 2 sections of Bradley's that are down there.
Oh, seen.
We're taking fire here. Contact.
Oh, my
Oh,
tanks are
bringing in the
stuck.
artillery.
3-1, we're taking fire here. 3-4, we're taking fire here. Roger, 3-4, we're taking fire here. We're at our checkpoint.
Oh, hello. AG, range, ah!
We're taking fire here. We're taking fire here. Roger. 4-1, we're taking fire here. 4, we're taking fire here. 4, you lost the tank. We're taking fire here.
Oh, I couldn't seem to put the chiefs in the right places. They were just engaged now.
We're taking fire here. 2-2, you lost another tank.
BTR's up on that ridge line.
We're taking fire here.
South.
We're taking fire here. We're taking fire here.
Go,
Go, Toe! Ooh, they're doing some cheeky northern flanking too. You see that? Coming down by
Yeah.
that British. Sneak over. So the chieftains engaging them?
They seem to be.
Putting some fire down from 6-6 Charlie on the hill.
We're taking fire here. Roger. We're taking fire here. We're taking fire here. We're taking fire here.
Yes,
There's a
BTR's.
lot of vehicles moving through the wood line on the down slope of the hill on the far side of the river.
Yeah,
A lot of vehicles.
I think the chieftains are trying to deal with it. I don't know why they're not firing though.
They are firing, but there are only 4 against like 50 million of them.
I'm looking at them all. None of them are
Actually,
firing.
there's
Really? I
Yeah,
saw a couple of them fire.
We're taking fire here.
Okay, I'm gonna come help those chieftains out then.
okay. Just gave you 2 there for 10.
We're taking fire here.
Something's crossing the bridge. There's something crossed the bridge.
Just made a hard turn to move into the town.
Yeah, one BTR got it.
We're taking fire here. 2-4-1, we're taking fire here. 2-4-1, we're taking fire here. 2-4-1, we're taking fire here. 4-4, we're taking fire here. We're taking fire here. We're at our checkpoint. Roger.
See rounds going in on the map.
We're taking
What is
fire
that?
here.
What is that?
We're
Stop.
taking fire
Stop.
here.
What is that?
We're taking fire
Is that a
here.
T-80?
We're taking
Just
fire
driven
here.
across in front of me?
We're taking fire here. We're taking fire here. We're taking fire here.
It's
We're
entirely
taking fire here.
possible.
Hey, fucking Willis!
We're
Shit!
taking fire here. We're taking fire here.
I think your voice dropped an octave there, mate.
We're taking fire here.
Well, the funny thing was is that I come round the corner and I'm on the Bradley's thermals and I see this outline. I'm like, what is that? And I tried focusing it. I was like, is that a tank? And then yeah, it turned out it was.
You lost another tank. We're taking fire here. Roger. 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 We're at our checkpoint. We're at our checkpoint. We're at our checkpoint.
Oh, they spotted me. Shit, my gun will get hit.
Why don't you just hit that? Your TC can still shoot.
We're at that checkpoint.
Can he?
We're at that checkpoint.
Hop in the TC position, press F2.
3-2. We're taking fire here. 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 We're at that checkpoint.
The tanks. I think the gunner's just introduced them. Dead.
Yeah, those chieftains are not firing on those targets.
We lost another tank.
I don't know why. They're just not engaging.
Might it be the rate of fire problem with the chieftains?
Could be. Well, now they're firing. I saw some of them firing. Taking them a long time to engage though.
My understanding is that the chieftain is just naturally does take a long time to reload.
Shouldn't. And ATGMs on the Centurion chieftains now, little bastards.
We're at that checkpoint. We're at that checkpoint. We're at that checkpoint. We're at that checkpoint. We're taking fire here. We're taking fire here. We're taking fire here. We're taking fire here. Permission to retreat. Roger.
Got tanks now moving through the
3-2.
that hillside where that mechanized infantry came from now.
We're at that checkpoint. We're taking fire here. Roger. We lost a tank. This is 1-1. We're taking fire here. We're taking fire here. We're taking fire here. We're taking fire here. We're taking fire here.
BDRM clusterfuck coming
Oh
down here.
my god!
We're taking fire here. We lost another tank.
I mean, the BDRMs are literally just sauntering past these chieftains as if it's like a party.
We're taking fire here.
If anyone has any
We're
Abrams
taking fire
left
here.
that has ammo, please try and bring them to the northern flank.
I am trying to get over there.
Don't have an Abrams, but I have got a Bradley.
Hey, if it's to be perfectly fair, up against PCs, that wouldn't be bad. That'd probably be more effective, in fact.
We're taking fire here. Permission to retreat.
Look at where the fuck I am.
Little Bradley that could.
We're taking fire here. We lost
Come on,
a
little
tank.
fella. We need you over here.
Roger.
I think I've frozen.
We're taking fire here. Permission to retreat. 3-2.
Uh-oh.
We're taking fire here. We're taking
Oh,
fire here.
hello, rear of
We're
a
taking fire here.
T-70 or TAT.
Can anyone
Tow
still hear
missile.
me?
Yes.
Oh, there we go. Oh my god.
Firing! Boom! Fire
We lost a
turret.
tank. We lost another tank.
Oh. Oh, I think you're next.
We're taking
Are
fire
you
here.
BTRs?
We're taking fire here. We're taking
Or are
fire
you
here.
chieftains? I
We're
can't
taking
tell.
fire here. 3-1. We're taking fire here.
Chieftains
You have a
long
lot of armor
pointy
coming.
thing.
We're taking fire here.
I think they're
We're
chieftains.
taking fire here.
I'm looking at
We're
the
taking
chieftains
fire
on the
here.
other side.
Roger. We're
Okay,
taking
they've got
fire
to cross
here.
this bridge, which
We're
is
taking
literally
fire here.
right in front of me.
We're
Okay,
taking fire here.
perfect.
We're taking fire here. We lost a tank.
There they are. Fuck.
Hello.
This is 1-1. We're taking fire
There's
here.
a lot of APCs coming across the bridge right now. I've got nothing left to engage them.
I'm engaging.
Another tank. We're taking fire here. We lost a tank. We're taking fire here. We're taking fire here.
I'm debasing and I'm moving down.
It's a truck. Perfect. Got HE loaded.
We're taking fire here. We're taking fire here.
Reload.
We're taking fire here. Permission to retreat.
toe left. No, I'm running out of.
I'm running out of ammo so badly right now. Unfortunately, I'm about to quit any minute here, so I don't know if the guys want to pause and let you in.
There's just trucks and trucks. Ah, infantry jumping out.
Just keep coming.
I've got HC all over that infantry. I'm like 20 meters from him. Yeah, MG now.
MG, where? Look at the reds!
We're taking fire here. We're taking fire here. We're taking fire here.
How do I switch back to my main gun?
M for Mike.
That's what I thought. I wasn't doing it. Why don't you do it? I have to press insert.
Oh, for the Bradley? Yeah, insert, sorry.
Yeah.
My apologies.
Reload the ammo. Reload all.
All the things. Give me
Everything. Give me
Asimus, remember that video from that film? It's like, what have you got? Anything?
Yeah. Anything! Okay, gents, I gotta go because my daughter's up now, but that was a lot of fun, Ghost. We're gonna have to definitely play this again.
Yeah, of course. My long-term plan is to have this single player, so we'll see how it goes.
See you, man.
See you guys,
Take care,
Asimus.
gents. Bye-bye.
See you later, mate. Are we pausing? We're taking fire here. Don't think he's like We're taking ghosts or we're taking fire here. We're taking
Sorry?
Who's OPM at using?
Oh, you can't join the middle of this one, but we'll be playing Wargame after this anyway. I think everyone is going to be a bit Steel Beasts out.
We're taking fire here. We're taking fire here. Roger, 1-1. We're taking fire here. We're taking fire here. 4-4. We're taking fire here.
Right, well, missile loaded. Now load the bloody APDST.
4-1. We're taking fire here. Permission to retreat. 4-1. We're taking fire here. 4-1. We're taking fire here. Permission to retreat. We're at our checkpoint. We're taking fire here.
Alright.
4-1. We're taking fire here. We're at our checkpoint. We're taking fire here. We're at our checkpoint. 4-1. We're at our checkpoint. We're at our checkpoint. Slow off the tank. We're taking fire here. Permission to retreat. We're at our checkpoint. We're taking fire here. We're taking fire here.
Hear things just
We're taking fire
strolling on past me whilst I'm sitting. Ah! In fact, there is a T-80 literally right next to my Bradley. He must think I'm dead or something. I'm not joking. He's next to my Bradley.
Anytime you should be worried if he starts turning his turret towards you.
Looking out the visors. Ah, he's turning his turret towards me! Oh dear. Oh no, he's not. He's turning it back. Oh, he's not sure. Shaking at me saying, oh, you know. Uh-oh, it stopped. Oh, no. Oh,
Why
he's not
isn't
sure
he
whether he
doing
wants
that?
to shoot me. I think there's too much going on that he can't work out what to do. I take it that you're controlling that T-80.
I am now, because this is getting obtuse.
I can't find the target. So
Gunner, scan front. Gunner, scan front or I will shoot you. Gunner, scan front or I will shoot your family.
He doesn't want it.
Yes. I can just imagine the next pit. There he is! Come on! Find him!
Okay. Right.
Ah! It's like, sir, that's within my minimum engagement distance. Shut up.
No!
There we go, finally.
Wait, I'm still alive.
He's not dead. He feels fine.
Oh.
It's like,
Still
ah,
fine.
monkey poop.
No, I
Damn, sneaky.
We're taking fire here. Permission to retreat.
And one's be playing sneaky dog.
Permission to retreat. We're taking
Those
fire here.
M1s are busted. Never mind. Why are you stuck in a building?
I hate it when they do that too.
We're taking fire here. We're taking fire here. We're at our checkpoint. We're taking fire here. 1-4. We're taking fire here. 1-4. We're taking fire here. We're taking fire here. Roger. 3-1. We're taking fire here. We're taking fire here. 1-1. We're taking fire here. 1-1. We're taking fire here. This is 1-1. We're taking fire here. We're taking fire here. We're taking fire here. We're taking fire here. Roger. Roger.
And this guy's lost his left track. That's why he's not going.
Roger.
To be fair, that's probably from hitting the the building or something, because there's a lot of very crazy building work here.
Roger.
My number 1 actually made it out of the town
3-2. We're taking
to
fire
where I
here.
went for him to go. Hey, what's he doing? Right, I think. I don't know. Did we win?
I'd say so. I mean, you stopped the motorized rifle regiment.
Yeah, there's not much of it left, probably, is there?
No.
That was
There's a shot. There's a shot into how scary the 1980s could have gone.
yeah.
We're taking fire here. We're taking fire here.
Yes, well, I personally think that in this situation they would have mined the heck out of the road right about where the Belgians were, and then used artillery to pick them off as they were trying to go around the side.
Yeah. Oh, I'll be the first to admit that.
For tanks.
Yeah, I'll be the first to admit that there are some basic little flaws with the way Tom Clancy presents the book. For example, he doesn't once mention FastCam. Like, not once. Doesn't even mention that it's not available. He just doesn't use it, doesn't acknowledge its existence, nothing. Which I'll admit was frustrating as hell.
Artillery launch mines.
We're taking fire here.
Oh, okay, right.
Family of scatterable
We're taking
mines.
fire here.
Probably look at the aerial denials.
We're taking fire.
Pretty much. What was the huge doctrinal thing like? That was the big. We'll use that if they do this, and that's what they do in this scenario, and that's what would have been probably used if it was non-nuclear. Just to deny them access. But then again, like, you could have the other train of thought where those Belgians would have been sitting over nuclear landmines.
Pretty much. I'm happy to call it completed at this time. I've got pretty much as much data as I'll ever need for this in terms of making it better for now.
If you can cut down on the amount of units, that'd be nice. But I don't think that's possible for what you want.
It's not the intent that I'm going for, but I might have to come up with a nicer way of doing it than killing everyone's computers to do it.
One possibility is number of the buildings in the city.
Well, the thing is this is the map as it is. So unless there's a way of removing those from the game,
We're taking fire here. We're taking fire here.
sorry, Cav, you're terribly quiet. I can barely hear you.
Sorry,
There we go.
put the mic in the wrong place. There's a way to extract the map from the scenario,
Oh, okay.
and then you can edit the map to take out stuff you don't want. Like, in this time period, there probably were practically 0 of those big wind turbines.
I didn't see wind turbines, to be honest. I haven't looked at the map fully. I've picked the terrain and placed things at the moment. This is
Yeah, I
like
understand.
barely there.
I was working on a different map, and I wanted to do time period when I was in Germany, and there
Mhm.
were no giant wind turbines in Europe at that time.
Oh yeah.
Might have ran 90 further.
But yeah, I'll take a look at the definitely the NATO side of this and give you an opinion of where I think.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
End the mission, Mav. Aye. I want to see how many I killed.
Oh, you kill. There's lots killed. Like, I probably could have been a bit more aggressive at the way I was kind of throwing things in there at the end. Like, I was getting a bit fatigued from having to give out all the commands because I was constantly changing where things were going and shit. So.
Server has stopped the mission.
So I'll see.
Big time. Oh god. There we go.
I know it was probably not the most smoothing operation for a lot of you guys. It probably got better towards the end when less things were dead. Less things were
lost
active.
30 vehicles to their 139. I'd say that's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's a good score.
Yeah, but I don't think it's quite good enough for NATO to win on attrition alone.
Yeah.
Bearing in mind that this is part 1 of a 3-part battle in the book. What happens next is the Soviet commander that's the main character in the book comes along personally to the battlefield to figure out to see this for himself. The platoon the army commander for the original plan gets killed during either an artillery strike or an A-10 strike. I can't remember which. Takes over command himself and secures a breakthrough and a bridgehead. One thing I didn't tell you, and I didn't get the chance to use them myself, is that I did actually have bridge carriers. I could have forded the river if I'd been able to get it set up, but the original scenario in the book calls for them to use them after Russian artillery and rocket strikes accidentally killed 2 out of the 3 bridges. So, the scenario in the book very much clarifies that by the end of the second and third part of this mission, there's very little left of the town. Because both...
Of Alfeld?
Sorry?
Of Alfeld? Or the
of Alfeld.
Town where the Belgians are?
The town of Alfeld. SAC is mentioned in passing. The whole point of SAC is that the orders from the higher up commander, the person who I'm playing, his boss basically says bypass SAC, proceed through Alfeld, secure the bridges. Basically, the mission of the 20th Guards Division is, or the 20th Guards is basically to secure the town and away to Hanover. So we get the town secure, we take the bridges, and we can trundle up to Hanover, north of about 20-30 clicks north. It becomes very apparent in the book that this is an extremely strategic location, and more as the mission will progress, more and more stuff will come in from both sides. This one here, what happens next is, first of all, you guys did what was supposed to happen. You're supposed to blunt the initial assault. You guys stop it. There's an operational pause. You guys bring more tanks into the town. You guys bring more tanks into the eastern side of the town for the second wave, and you guys get even more reinforcements on the western ridge. Along with that, though, I bring a battalion of tanks, a company of mechanized infantry. Well, that was my original suggestion. They were talking, I mean, the book talks about this at regimental and division level. I figured I would bring it down in order of magnitude on both sides. So there's something frightening. This should be an order of magnitude up the chain higher on both sides. And Steelbeasts can't even cope with a regiment, let alone 4 divisions of mechanized of mortar rifle and 1 division of T-80s. That's 300 T-80s. So, yeah, I have to say I've actually scaled this back from what the game from what the book discusses, and Steelbeasts already can't handle it.
What year was this supposed to be in?
The book was published in '86, so assuming that Tom Clancy spent a couple of years writing it, I'm going to say early '80s.
Okay. I don't think they would have had a whole division of T-80s by that time.
But you're going against the information that they had available at the time, that Tom Clancy had available on the western side. The T-80 was brand spanking new. It was meant to replace the T-62. And I think the intel at the time, the logic was, well, if it's going to replace the T-60, not the T-62, the T-64, I misspoke there. If it's going to replace the T-64, it's going to replace the intelligence numbers that we have for the T-64. But
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like the book was published in '86. I don't know when it was written over a period of. I'm going to guess mid to early '80s. So I'm guessing he's working on the information he's got about what the T-80 can do and what it's capable of, as well as what he knows about the M1 at the time. Because they just say M1s. They don't say HA or IP, because that's all stuff that happens after the fact, really, isn't it?
Well, to most people, it's just an M1, and they don't have any clue what the difference between an M1 and IPM1 and an M1 HA or M1.
Yeah, I mean, Tom
It's all
Clancy
the
doesn't
tank is
specify. All he says is a 105mm gun.
Yeah, and I could tell right off the bat that he did not talk to any tankers when he wrote Red Storm Rising.
Oh, probably not. No, I mean the game.
Well, if you remember there, when he's describing a tank commander engaging, the tank commander's order to fire was shoot.
Yeah.
And that's not what the army says.
No, I know. The other thing he says is I'll break it out. I've got it on an ebook format, so that for quick reference. But there's a section there where he tries to clarify how many tanks are left, and he talks about certain numbers that, if you take it 4 to a platoon, don't add up. Which is why I was asking this question of, is it 4 or 5 M1s to a unit? Is he misunderstood the Orbat, assuming that the M1 Orbat will just carry on from the M60 Orbat? I don't know. To be perfectly fair, if you're looking for a tank mission, or for a detailed account of tanking, you're going to be disappointed. There's like 3 major battles out of the entire novel that are based on ground war, and most of it is. I mean, I've done so much reading between the lines here. It's not even funny. Like, you could fill up.
It's understandable.
You could fill up the ground part of the. You could bring out the ground part of this book in about a couple of chapters. Whereas, obviously, with Tom Clancy's history and his past, this is primarily a naval-based stuff, with mention of aerial warfare, but mostly naval aerial warfare.
Yeah, I did like his description of the Tomcats and the Orion against that that Russian-controlled ship that was trying to get into Iceland.
Yeah. I had thought about doing a scenario where Soviet units take the town and or airport of Keflavik, but it's not really mentioned that it actually happens. I just presume there'd have to be some sort of seizure of the airfield. It's just kind of done after the fact.
I think they did, because I remember a line where the engineers trying to get the airfield were operational were really grateful for the excellent American engineering equipment, where they could get rid of the bomblets that hadn't exploded and fill in craters real fast.
Yeah. So I know that that's the thing. We know that the airfield's been pre-fragged by something like 300 incoming stuff. 300 incoming missiles or something like that. There's a joke there. It's like, oh well, at least they're not nuclear. It says, with 300 missiles, sirs, we don't need them to be nuclear. You know. God, I should really just bookmark the next relevant sections so that I keep on hammering on through this. Let's see. Yeah. It just kind of ground my gears a little bit when he was talking about 2 different bits of hints of how big they don't actually say this platoon of tanks was this much. He just says that this is a platoon of tanks, but then he talks about how under strength he is, and he's only got 25 tanks. But for the size that he's talking about, I added it up. I was like, that's like not that short.
What size unit was he talking about?
I'm just trying to recall and get the exact number. Oh, where is it?
Fellas, I'm gonna pop off. Have
Yeah,
a
of
nice
course.
evening.
Catch you then, man.
Alright.
Take it easy.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do the same. I'm pretty knackered.
Yeah.
You guys living in Europe are up late.
Well, that's 9:25 for me.
Long day.
Yeah. I've got work tomorrow as well, but I'm lucky enough to have it in the afternoon. Okay, here we.
Catch you later.
Yeah.
It's only 3:27 in the afternoon for me.
I've gone too far. They're talking about
Yeah,
categories.
Ta-ta, guys.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I've gone too far. I've just noticed. That moment when you're scanning through a book and you realise, oh crap, I've gone too far. Back again.
I'm gonna switch to the Wargame channel.
Yeah, we'll be playing a bit of Wargame after this.
See, and also the red T80Es that you picked
Are they too
for
new?
this scenario are model 1985. So
Yeah, it's like I said, I'm trying to work out an era that makes sense, but I'm also trying to work with what Steel Beast has given me. They do clarify that it's T80s that are being used, and that's the only T80 model that I believe that we've got there. However, I mean, I thought about just downgrading it all to T72s, but then I wasn't sure if that would be a good representation of how it all goes down, you know, because T72s are going to be much easier to kill and not as fast.
yeah, well,
Although I did say, you know, like if people want to do like red
You
versus
did
blue,
a
you could have a
T60.
T72 version.
yeah, well, you could do the T64B because the T80 was just essentially an upgraded T64.
Yeah, fair enough.
Doesn't have a turbine in it. Oh, and that scenario we tried this weekend where we were all moving slow as cold molasses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I made a scenario for my own personal use, and I set it at night, and I noticed that all the tanks that are moving then are also moving extremely slowly. So
So is it a bug to do with the time of day?
it might be something to do with time of day. It might
Temperature
be a
of the
bug.
temperature of the ground, something like that?
I don't know. I've got mine set in like middle of November of 1983, and you would think that the ground would be fairly hard and not soggy.
Uh,
And there's a thing in the weather for how much moisture you want in the ground, and it's 0. So it's not going to be a matter of the ground being too soggy. It's just a matter of the.
This is desert as well. This was desert. So it's a desert map, I believe.
Yeah, well, mine was a map from Munzingen, Germany. So.
Yeah, so yours, I expect yours to be a bit more sort of, you know, wet, if you will, than what a desert would be, but.
True, I understand that, but the ground saturation is what they take into consideration for mobility. It's not necessarily an actual how much moisture does the ground contain. Since dirt has a tendency to compact better than loose sand, it's not going to make that much of a.
It depends to it's soft sand or hard sand. I believe what we were driving over was the hard sand. The reason for that hard sand texture in the game, because it had the fuck what they call it. They had the like the grass on it, whereas the soft sand, at least in the game's sort of map texture thing, in the mapping it says that doesn't have any form of vegetation on it. The soft sand doesn't. So I don't know whether the game's trying to define that, but that's the sort of where I see in the map making. I mean, I could be completely wrong, obviously, but that's what I saw in the map editor because I was trying to make a map.
Alright, I found the passage, right, so the guys, the captures, like the guy's like a Sergeant Mackle, but it clarifies that the platoon leader was killed in the first day of combat, which is never talked about. It's just that's what happens. This is the scenario you've been brought into in the book. And they say B Troop, 1st Squadron, 11th Armoured Cavalry Regiment had once been 14 tanks. So okay, 5 of the originals were gone, and then there had only been 2 replacements. So they're back up to what, 12 tanks. And they talk about a 3-tank platoon, but I'm not sure if that's because it's under strength or what's going on.
Yeah, that would be an under strength platoon.
Yeah.
Also,
Really?
Hey.
Is anybody coming to our game, or we'll just start a game?
We'll be up in a little while. Cav's just trying to make my mission better.
Oh, okay.
Read the name of that unit again.
Yeah, B Troop, 1st Squadron, 11th Armoured Cavalry Regiment, had once been 14 tanks. That's the first sentence in the line.
Okay, yeah. Well, first of all, he's got the designation wrong. It should be company, because in the 11th ACR, each squadron had an attached tank company.
Right.
Yes, you have 3 platoons of 4 tanks, 1 for the CO, 1 for the XO, so that would be 14.
Yeah.
Of course, each platoon in the troop of the regiment also, depending on what they had issued at the time, it would either have been the 2 platoons of 4 tanks and then the 2 platoons of 6 Bradleys, or you would have 3 platoon that each had, each platoon would have been 3 PCs, 2 ITVs, and 4 tanks.
Yeah, that was going to be our next question. It never mentions ITVs, but it does mention Bradleys, and I'm just trying to think of something proportional-wise that would make sense for the number of tanks that we're supposedly bringing into the situation here. If we're bringing 14, 15 tanks into the situation, what's an appropriate number of attached Bradleys? I thought a platoon would be sufficient.
Generally, if it's your tank company team, where you have a tank company with an attached infantry, then yeah, it would be a platoon of infantry.
Yeah, that's what I thought would be kind of proportionate for that sort of size.
A cavalry troop would have had 2 platoons of 6 Bradleys and 2 platoons of 4 tanks.
Yeah.
So, and they are supposed to be scouting out and about. They're not necessarily supposed to be all in the same place. The hard-hitting part was supposed to be the tank company and the attached battery of artillery that they had.
Yeah, so the battery of artillery, I mean, I took the ORBAT that was issued from Steel Beasts, and I presumed that to be correct. And then I basically subtracted a few units like Humvees and stuff like that from there that I didn't think would be useful to the mission, and I figured I'm going to have to take some stuff out to take performance down. But you're thinking maybe I should have kept that. I think there was some supplies that I left behind that I decided to delete. I maybe add them back in, because you looked like you were struggling for supplies.
Yeah, definitely the U.S. needs its supply units.
Yeah.
Now the Russians need their supply units too, but my understanding from what I've been reading is A, they didn't have very many.
No.
B, they didn't keep up very well.
No.
And
I'm
C,
certainly finding that as I've been commanding it myself. Like,
well, they keep on talking about how bad the Russian artillery is supposed to be, and that's fine. They'll be bad like that for like 1 or 2 days, and then they won't have enough ammunition to keep that up.
yeah.
So. Of course, my greatest fear in that particular potential conflict wasn't nuclear or
Chemical.
artillery, it was chemical.
Yeah.
You never knew when that was coming, and working in a chemical suit is a pain in the butt.
Yeah. And the thing as well, of course, is that with this situation as it is, we're dealing with a situation here where in the book they've decided that for political reasons the Soviets won't use chemicals. I'm like, I just don't think Clancy wanted to touch that with a 10-foot barge pole, to be honest. I think he just...
Well, that's very wise of him, I think.
I don't think he wanted to even discuss that.
At the time, the Russians would have said, "Oh, you're just anti-Russian. You're making us the bad guys by making us use chemical weapons."
Mm-hmm.
No, we're making you the bad guys because you attacked.
Yeah. There's a later part of this same battle where it's like there's obviously lulls in this, yeah. So just bear in mind that supposedly that I don't know how big this picture has gotten from NATO's side, but Clancy's clarified, that four motor rifle divisions are online, covering a front of less than 20 kilometers. Behind them was a tank division waited to exploit the first breach in the German lines, and the objective is the town of Alfeld on the Lane River. It basically does clarify that why it's important, all that sort of stuff, as we've already said. But you basically got an operational maneuver group working their way through Germany, and this is, what is it they're designated as?
Second Guards Take Army or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. It's the 20th Guards or something like that they talk about it being. But on the other end, there's one point where he says we're, during the middle of this mission, they say that they've got 25 M1s. So obviously they get reinforced, but like, where does 25 M1s come up? Is that what, an understrength battalion? Understrength company?
Well, no, you'd only have 14 in a company.
Well, that's what I was thinking, because if you add 14 up twice, then even if you say I've got two companies, then you're one over. So what is that all about?
Well, this is, I don't know.
I mean, it may be his way of saying, look, this is how desperate it was. We just grabbed everything we could and threw it in here,
That's true.
That's maybe what they're trying to. That's maybe what they're trying to convey.
And it may have been that there were tanks that had survived from some of the other troops in the squadron.
Yeah.
That they just consolidated with them and said, "We're going to fight here."
Just of interest as well. I mean, you may know the answer to this because I certainly don't. How big is a squadron of tanks? If you talk about a squadron of tanks, is that the equivalent of a platoon?
No, I do not.
I would think that that's 3 platoons, because certainly a squadron of planes I would consider to be 12.
Yes, well, I think Air Force and Army squadrons, at least U.S. Army squadrons, have very little in common.
Yeah, I thought so.
My understanding is...
Because supposedly it's a squadron of British chieftains and a squadron of British challengers. So.
Yeah, mainly that's... my understanding is squadron is mainly what the Brits and the Canadians...
They talk about, yeah.
To describe companies at the
that would sound about right.
Army level. So in the U.S. Army, a squadron is the equivalent of a battalion.
Yeah. So I'm trying to bring this all down a notch, because we can't put divisional and regimental level armor on this map. It's just not going to happen.
No, it's just not going to happen. And this is, like you said, you're just going to have to
take it down an order.
Think of it like Cobra is doing his Operation Scorpio. It's you had the engagement with the forward elements, and next is going to be the engagements when the heavy units start running into the area, and it's just not easy to do. I mean, I doubt seriously there's maybe if you bought a Cray supercomputer you could do a whole division.
Yeah, no, I've never expected to do a division. Like, they were talking about divisions, I was like, no, I have to scale this down. This is never going to work as a division. And my most easiest instant knee-jerk reaction was just take everything down in order of magnitude. So every time they talk about divisions, talk about regiments. Every time they talk about regiments, so on, down the chain.
Yeah, that would work.
Because you're still getting a good representation of the terrain being used. You're still getting a representation of the scale of the battle. Just one level down. You don't need to put a division of tanks on the ground to convey a large quantity of burning hulks.
And we did a good job at making a lot of those.
Oh yes, yeah, and that's the thing.
I just wish that we could get in the Leopard ones and shoot them. But
oh yeah, well there's the Leopard 1 AS one. There's the Leopard AS ones. The Australian ones. And they are controllable because we were messing around with them last time we played together, Cav. And
yes,
I didn't think of those when I first built this.
There's the Leopard 1A5s and Leopard 1A5s DK that you can also control.
Yeah.
And
would they be a little too modern?
I have no idea.
Because I'm looking, and according to Wikipedia, the 1A5s came out after 1986, so my instinct would be to say no to the Leopard 1A5s. That's why I picked
What you could do then is put the Leopard 1A5s in and disable the thermals. And then you'll have pretty good representation of an earlier version.
Yeah, because that's the thing. Like 1A5s were started developed in 1980 and were delivered in early 1987. So they're just on the edge of too new for that. 1A4s were basically we take what we had in terms of the 1A2s and the 1A3s, but with the additional provision of a commander's night sight, which isn't relevant in the concept of a daytime mission, I suppose. So I guess maybe the 1A5 and then disable the thermal might be a good way to do it. That's a good call, actually.
I don't know if they also had it, but you could also disable the dynamic lead.
Well, the 1A4s were supposedly had a computerized fire control system, and they were delivery begun for those in 1974, so they're very period correct. If it's between a 1A4 and a 1A5, the 1A4 would be more period correct. And they do supposedly have a computerized fire control system. I don't know if it talks about dynamic lead. I'm just going with like one line off of Wikipedia, and I don't want to run too far with it.
According to Steel Beast Wiki, 1A4 came out at about 74.
Yeah. I mean, that's...
AS1 came out 76.
Yeah, as far as I'm aware, the AS1 is just a 1A4 but dressed up for the Aussies. That's the... Because they bought... The Australian government bought the Leopard in 1974. So that would tell me they're getting 1A4s or 1A3s. Yeah, I mean, even Wikipedia says Australian Army Leopard 1A4 brackets AS1 on exercise, so they consider them to be 1A4s, so that might be a good substitute, and they're playable then.
Yes, definitely. That would definitely be a good substitute. And you know, apparently, I read somewhere or what somebody posted. Apparently, the M60A2 had a dynamic lead too. I'm not totally sure about that, but.
Well, the thing is, I mean,
it had a laser rangefinder.
If I had a laser rangefinder, dynamic leads, it's about angles and rates rather than necessarily calculating speed. You don't need to calculate speed between 2 points. You just have to look for the rate of change as it's going from left to right. So it's not necessarily as difficult to do, even on a fire control system of that era. It's just about making it reliable, and reliability of something in the A2 that early, it would be a bit more questionable, I would think.
Well, I think that's why the dynamic lead of the M60A3 is the way it is. It's because
wasn't perfect.
They took a reading of the rate of speed, you know, for the 2 seconds before you pulled the as you were lasing or just before you were lased, and then it